I was just blogging about that very same thing with a deeper twist to a lifestyle kind of mindset. I'm kind of into an adult lifestyle thing, so you get online and you now start to get around other people who are into that, and you do public play stuff, you go to the dungeon and all this other stuff, but you talk about all these real kind of things that adults really have on their mind. You know, do they try to do as rather a rack or a safe thing? Either way it goes, they were talking about this new thing with, now that we're getting, the internet is getting a lot more closer.
I hate having to move, but I do.
People are starting to get into Android relationships and stuff like that, and some of their fetish has been race split. Now, it actually went past just the mere fact of, you know, the black or white issue. This was like for every religion and this, that, and the other, there was somebody who had to go out and one of those kind of, you're going, okay, so this gets past just vampires and this, that, and the other. This is now Nazis, this kind of people, and the good old Southern Belle and the Steve Mandingo and stuff. I'm going, wow. But that's okay. But what I really learned today in that whole thing is I actually saw somebody say it in the best way. They said, it doesn't matter what it is that you're into. It's that most cases when you're in the public, in an area where the public are trying to be acceptable, you know, it's best to give a full disclaimer notification prior to that if you're getting some kind of sponsorship from the public place that allows you to do it. Or, you know, you have to realize that everybody's just not into that kind of thing, so you just can't all of a sudden have a rape scene in the park without notifying the park police. And even still at that point, that's still, exactly. And even still at that point, it would cause you to then go, okay, guess what? And now this also applies too. When you got little kids over there, you got all this over there, so what? What do? You know, you realize that even though we're growing closer together, we still have to realize